still if I could run.
Hello, Greg. Greg is from Sonnet Technology and will tell me something about the new USB and Thunderbolt standards. Greg, I've seen there's something like a new connector. I heard there's a new USB standard, and I heard Thunderbolt is coming to number 3 or so. So how is that connected?
Okay. Well, first of all, you're right. There is a new connector. It's called, they're calling it USB Type-C, probably because it was introduced when USB 3.1 was introduced a couple years ago. But actually, it's a connector that supports many protocols, including video and including Thunderbolt 3. So, first of all, USB 3.1 delivers a new connector. It delivers more bandwidth, up to 10 gigabits per second, and it delivers the ability to simultaneously push video and data over the same port, but it doesn't daisy chain like Thunderbolt. Then Thunderbolt 3, Intel has wisely adopted the new Type-C connector for Thunderbolt 3.
Okay.
It's bumped the bandwidth of Thunderbolt from 20 gigabits per second, which practically speaking gives you about 1,350 megabytes a second of bandwidth, up to PCIe Gen 3, which is 40 gigabits per second, and that delivers 2,750 megabytes per second of bandwidth. So big jump, but they've also incorporated the USB 3.1 chipset so that that same port will also support Thunderbolt 3. And you can even plug in a Thunderbolt 3.1 device or a Thunderbolt, a USB 3.1 device or a Thunderbolt or USB 3 device into the same daisy chain at the end of it and support your USB device.
So, plainly spoken, one size fits all. So, 2 other questions that are there. One is, what about power over these line? And the other question is, how do the monitors look that I can connect to this cable?
Okay, let's start with the monitor question. So, in Thunderbolt 3, there was introduced a support for DisplayPort 1.2, which will give you a stream of up to 4K of resolution. Thunderbolt 3, they've introduced 2 streams of DisplayPort 1.2, so you can have 2 monitors in the daisy chain, both supporting 4K and still have really great bandwidth for your data.
And the power?
The power, so there's a power delivery standard now that allows devices that wish to offer it to provide upstream power to the computer. And that might mean, for example, a good example is the little notebook from Apple, the Type-C connector, USB 3.1. It's only 5 gigabits per second, but it also allows, through that port, you to charge and power the computer. So the power levels are 60, 80, and 100 watts.
So a lot of power is there. That was our short version, short introduction to USB 3. And if you want more, go to our middle school version on the web. Thank you, Greg.